Hey guys, how's it going? I've got a new idea today. That's right, brand new content, never seen before. It's camera settings video. I know, right? The video that I will regret making because no doubt everybody's gonna never stop asking me questions about it in my Twitch channel for the next week or two. But yeah, the idea for this video, the premise that I've come up with is actually due to two tweets that I saw in the last week. I saw, of course, Fairy Peak, who a lot of you will know, most of you will know, tweeted out his camera settings for those of you who hadn't seen them already. I believe they were actually this. They were just these settings exactly that I had, but with 100 height instead of 110. And then I saw Bluey tweet out, the Bluey who won DreamHack with his team PSG, and he said that he had just won DreamHack after switching to Squishy's new camera settings for like a day, and his teammate Chaussette also did this. And I realized that they're actually not that different. The settings that I would need to change to go from Fairy Peak settings to Squishy would be -30 on the distance and -0.25 on the stiffness. The reason that I think that Fairy Peak was playing with 100 height instead of 110, because he switches this depending on whether or not he's a Batmobile or an Octane at the time. Of course, he does like switching car. So I believe that 100 is his Batmobile height, maybe even lower sometimes. But 110, I think, is what he uses when he's playing Octane. Either I'm going to be leaving the height at 110 throughout this. But yeah, I'm just going to queue up. I don't really care what we get. Let's just queue up whatever. The idea is we're going to play one game with me using the Fairy Peak settings. And then I'm going to switch it and see if I notice any like big differences when I change just the distance and the stiffness down a little. Okay, so it looks like we got a 2v2. Let's see what ratings we're up against. So we've got a teammate who's fairly similar. Overall, it looks like the average rating should be pretty similar across the board. Oh no, am I in full screen? I hope I'm in full screen, or else I'm going to be lagging. But anyway, let's just get into this one. So we got Dominus on our team. I'm seeing a lot more Dominuses ever since I started complaining about Dominus players in my stream recently. I don't know if that's at all related. Maybe I'm just noticing them a lot more. Maybe I'm just biased. But yeah, anyway, if anybody's wondering where might you have seen these settings before, the Fairy Peak settings, they are pretty similar to settings that players like Devo, Greasy have used these in the past. They're very, very standard, and that's, you know, why it's a good thing or a good place to start off with when you're trying out a new camera. They're pretty much the standard settings for anybody who wants to use 110 FOV, and of course I was experimenting with that a bit recently, just for some funsies. Alright, let's make sure we don't get demoed. Don't want to dribble too slow in 2v2, because no doubt that guy who was just out of the game is going to come and try and kill me if I dribble slowly. So get that boost steal, let my Dominus player go in. He's hopefully going to be able to force something out of them. You don't need to hard win challenges in 2v2 if you're the front man. Like, it wasn't really necessary for this, for Worldwide to win the ball there. It was perfectly fine what he did, just letting the player go past and then letting me do the challenge. As long as he doesn't let them go by for absolutely nothing, because that would be really bad. If he let them by completely free and then the other player was able to dribble me as well, that would be bad news. But he stuck a foot in at least. He made his presence known. Same thing again. He's just making it difficult for the other team, the other team's Octane, to get space and time to do what he wants. That's why I'm That's why I'm easily able to go in and take that challenge. It's because Worldwide and my team did a good job staying in the way. Is that just in? It is now. Well, this is one of the benefits of the fast kickoff in the double diagonal spawn. If the player opposite you goes for it, sometimes you just get a hard win. And that's right, that's a fast kickoff that I just did. But because the player directly opposite me also went for the ball, we got a pretty good win there. I'm going to try and win the rest of this boost. Didn't quite get it. But we're up by 2. I'm just going to try and back up Worldwide here, make sure that we don't isolate him too much. So far we're doing a pretty good job of challenging and contesting and doing things together. I nearly landed on him there. That would have been a big no-no. But yeah, these are settings I'm quite familiar with, so I'm not going to be talking too much about the camera that I'm using this game. But after this game, I'm going to switch and see if I notice much difference, even while only changing a couple of settings by a little bit. Maybe I'll be able to give you guys some recommendations about who might like using them. These settings, of course, are tried and tested, very, very, very proven to be successful by multiple top players. You know, several world champions have won the RLCS with these settings. Let's just throw in a fake challenge. He did bite on that one pretty hard. Not the biggest, not the most distance on that clear. That could have been better by me. Overall, though, this has been pretty steady, this game. We're just in the middle of Champ 2, I believe, at the moment. Not really been paying too much attention, because a lot of the time I'm playing ranked is just on my stream. I do actually like that touch that Worldwide just did. I could have flipped the other way, though. That was a slight mistake by me. I turned the wrong way, and it made my landing a little bit messy. Can we reach this? Okay, Worldwide can. That's good. I was thinking about going off the wall for it, but it went quite far. And I'll not go up for that because we're already up by 2. The only way that we can concede is if we both take ourselves out of the game at the same time. This guy bites pretty hard on fake challenges, so they continue to be very effective against him. Every time that I do a little pump fake, it's very, very good at getting him to relinquish possession for free. That boost being away, I need to go slow over this one. It's only just respawning now. Looks like the other team are a bit panicky. Don't know if they know that this is me on my J-Dot username variation. A couple of people were asking me, by the way, how did I make the banner and the other, what do you call it, icon match. I just took a screenshot of the banner and I made that my profile picture. So it's as simple as that. Yeah, I've changed my color of my car using Alpha Console. That's why I'm the nice silvery color, and the wheels are just burnt sienna apex. Didn't need to change too much. That's right, get banged, mate. So it looks like we're going to be taking a W here unless we do something catastrophically bad. But yeah, it was pretty straightforward. Pretty straightforward game in the Fairy Peak camera settings. Uh-oh. We might have done something catastrophic. Never mind, we're amazing. Me and Worldwide are making a team for RLCS. Actually, never mind, no we're not. I beamed it. But yeah, I'm very interested actually. I've tried Squishy settings once recently, just out of curiosity, and I felt like I was playing quite well, but I think I was losing. I was losing a bunch of games. So I don't know if I should blame the settings. I don't know if I should blame you know, just not enough evidence. Or if I should just blame myself. Or blame my teammate. That's what I'll blame my teammates. Yes, that's the idea. Yeah, we're going to switch it up. I'm going to remember to switch it up to Squishy's new settings after this and see what happens. Maybe I can win a dream hack as well. We'll see. 3-0. Just solid stuff. I'm going to change it right now before I forget. So going to 240 and 0.1. That's all we're going to change. I'm going to leave this transition speed and the swivel speed the same because I am playing keyboard and mouse. So both of the... Well, the... I guess I'll play 2v. I'll play another 2v2 just to make it take away another variable. But yeah, this swivel speed feels different on keyboard and mouse and it does in controller, so I just leave it at this, the default. And so the transition speed I have increased just to get that slightly faster. Okay, looks like we did get a game, maybe. Okay, we're joining. The game that I got into prior to this one didn't start, so hopefully we'll have a bit more luck here. We're in another completely random lobby. Pal Walker is a Champ 3, everybody else Champ 2. First thing you're going to notice about these settings is that when I was stationary there, before I went for the kickoff, my car was a lot bigger on the screen. We're a lot more zoomed in. And that is because the distance has been decreased. Sorry, buddy, I wanted to pass that to you, but I wasn't good enough. I did actually want to pass that. That was too slow. Oh, okay, so we're against a Jesse wannabe. Going to be going for some demos here. That's not ideal. Gonna have to look out for that. That's becoming much more. It's becoming more and more popular these days. In oh, he says he's got it. Yeah, I'll say take the shot. It's becoming more and more popular in 2v2 as the demos. And I will tell you guys actually that I was when I tried these settings before, I was noticing that my vision of other players' cars around me was worse. And I'm not sure if that's just because these settings are a little bit less familiar to me. And, you know, because of that, I'm having to pay more attention to what I'm doing, and I'm not paying as much attention to what's going on around me. That might be one of the reasons. I don't think it's necessarily because I'm not blaming the settings or anything. I'm just making an observation that when you do change camera settings, you tend to focus a lot more. And I think that's one of the reasons why camera setting changes can actually work for players, is because it helps them focus a lot more. You suddenly start to think, okay, right, let me see if these settings are any good. So let me just try hard for a few games. Whereas if you weren't tryharding, okay, we're all playing very well right now. Excellent gameplay, gentlemen. Very, very good. 1-all, just as planned. I've got 50 points. Carrying from the bottom as per usual. But there we go. So now we see how close the car is to the camera. And it gets even closer when you turn around and point the front end of the car at the camera. Or at least, yeah, I thought so. Look at that, my car's nearly off the screen there. And I didn't think that that was a good thing when I first tried these, and when I'm trying it right now. It, to me, seems like a disadvantage. Oh, okay. Well, that would have been really unlucky. I was trying to surprise that guy. I was expecting him to expect me to clear the ball to the side. So I tried to catch him off guard and pass it to my teammate, but he actually just went for a shot. I did not see that coming. Thought he was going to try and block me. So this is a ceiling shot, actually. Not going to be on target though. Turned off ball camera there just so I could actually see what was happening in front of me. I wanted to see if the other player was moving in to come in for a rebound. Oh, this is the other thing I'm noticing. When I'm like jumping for aerials from stationary positions. That's another terrible pass by me. I'm not passing very well this game. But when I'm jumping from for aerials from stationary positions, it can be very, very hard to see. Like, look at that. My car is not even on the screen. That's, I think, the disadvantage of these settings. Hopefully I'll get a chance to speak about some of the advantages that I do think, because I do think that there are some. But some of the disadvantages are usually related to the vision that you get. I think the disadvantage is that if you're not moving fast, which of course Squishy's always moving fast, so there's no disadvantage for him. But if you're not moving fast, if you're, you know, playing more of a methodical style, I would not recommend these, because you're probably going to struggle with vision at times, because your car is so close to the camera. A lot of things will be impaired. Now that's just a stylistic thing. Some people want to be moving supersonic all the time. Wait, is this just open? No, surely not. But what I will say, okay, let me talk about some of the advantages that I've noticed so far. One of them is that accuracy in terms of your hits is going to be excellent. When you're actually hitting the ball, because your car is so large on your screen, especially when you're doing aerials, your car, like when you jump into the air, your camera changes perspective a little bit, and that actually makes it a lot easier. I did not think he was going to move forward off. Oh no, I didn't actually anticipate anything that just happened. I didn't think this guy was going to move forward. I thought he'd back off, but he just stared at me. What if I just boomed that ball, Normville? What if I just boomed it, mate? What were you going to do then? What was your plan if I just drove into the ball hard? Yeah, I don't think he had a plan. I think he was just chilling in the midfield. Oh dear, it's all going wrong. But yeah, like I was saying, if you're aerialing in this with these settings, I think you're going to have a lot of success with your... What do you call it? Excuse me while I drink orange juice. With your redirects and your accuracy, you'll probably have more success with this and a more zoomed out setting. And that's just like a general rule with camera settings. The more zoomed out you are, the harder it is to be precise. With aerials in particular, but also some shots. Oh, he didn't come at me like I thought he would. This guy's very hard to read, actually. This other team are very hard to read. They're playing quite strange. Was it Normville who did the weird jump challenge for the first goal? I can't remember if it was. If it was this actually Palwat Waker dude, that would not surprise me because his pathing is very, very strange. Sitting very far forward. Like, yeah, again, what if that was just a boomer? He'd be so screwed. Well, he wouldn't be like out the game, but it would be rough. He'd have to do something awkward. But sometimes that's just how people play. They just like to play very aggressive. And if you realize that, the play against that is to just pop the ball high and go for earlier, more proactive moves on the ball. Early flicks, early pops, high clears. Just make sure that you get rid of the ball. I was trying to own goal that. Make sure that you get rid of the ball faster, or sooner rather than later. That's usually the way that you deal with players like that. Unfortunately for us, I was paying so much attention to what the camera felt like that I didn't even realize we're in the final 30 seconds. But anyway, that's something I would want to hear back from you guys as well. Try out those settings. Just I'll show them again in case anybody didn't catch it the first time. This is the settings that apparently Bluey and Chaussette used to win DreamHack in Leipzig. In the most stacked Rocket League tournament to date, they both switched to these settings a day before the grand finals, I think it was, or a day before the tournament, and then they won the whole thing. And it's not a big change to go to more conventional settings, which is what these are. These are like quite standard, you know, -3, -4, 110, 100, 105, 110, 100, like this. This is more what you're expecting to see. Maybe some players like to play with higher camera stiffness, but I think this is what FairyPeek's been using these when he's playing Octane. Maybe this is his Batmobile. But yeah, give these a go. Let me know what you guys think. Of course, sample size of those games was not big enough to determine which is better. And of course, different players are gonna have different impressions about what's better for them. Some players are gonna love that extra vision that you get by being a little bit more zoomed out. Some players are gonna like the extra precision that you get from being a little bit more zoomed in, and they're gonna like the fact that when you accelerate, whoa, look how speedy you are. Suddenly your car's so far away, and then you hit the brakes. Oh wow, look at it's close again. How cool! Speed Demon. But yeah, go check it out. Let me know which ones work better for you guys, and try to be open-minded about this. I'm being open-minded. I think genuinely these ones work better for me. But if you're a huge Squishy fanboy and you're just gonna not even give other ones a go because Squishy didn't give you permission to, then that's just, don't be silly. Squishy would want you to try 30 settings as well, or I think they're actually pretty cool. I better call them Greasy settings, or Greasy's gonna get upset. But yeah, definitely give them a go. Let me know which ones work best for you guys. Let me know if there's any other slight adaptation that you've tried which made a big difference to your play. And as always, please don't ask me questions about camera settings in Twitch chat. I'm just kidding. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you tomorrow with another video. Until then, take care. Love you. Bye.